few examples of that. I think you'll find with Jesus, often when he was talking, if he chose to, if he felt that the person who was talking to him, it might be a Pharisee, for example, and he felt their heart really wasn't towards a legitimate question, they were just playing with him, he would be quite stern back to them and just listen and not be as compassionate as he can be. So we can see Jesus at times was quite shrewd. I'm doing a course, and on that course there's a guy from Mongolia, and he explained that in China it's very difficult to go out on the streets and evangelise. A lot of it is done underneath. And he was saying that often people from the USA might come over to China and they might evangelise on the street, and it does more harm than good, because all that does is alert the authorities to react. And so a shrewdness in China would be to be wise and not do things on the street, but do it behind closed doors. Mike Rader, who's the teacher that's teaching us in the course I'm doing at the moment, he spent 20 years in Pakistan, and he said that he used this line with Muslims because it was very difficult to be critical of a Muslim. So he would just say this to a Muslim. He said, if I believe what you believe about Muhammad, I would be a Muslim. But I'm not. I'm a Christian.
Wow.
Hear that? So he was saying, look, I don't believe what you believe, but in a nice way.
Wow.
So quite a shrewd way. And Peter Boyce, our dear friend Peter Boyce. So Peter's passed away, but he was one of our foundation members of our Soulmates. He had a line that said, when someone was talking about something, rather than saying, disagreeing with them, he would very politely say, where did you read that in the Bible? And it was a nice way for us to say, well, okay, we're here to talk about the Bible. Where did you read that in the Bible? It also said, be as innocent as doves. And I think the helpful part to that is that people, they're saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I think we've got a really good example of this. Di, you probably remember this. We had a chap here named Robert. And I did a talk one time, and Robert called me over, I said, come over, and he said, I just want to say something. And I thought, oh, this is good, he wants to have a chat. And he said to me, Jim, that talk was absolute rubbish. and when he came to Bible study, we'd invite him along, and he could get quite nasty sometimes. He'd say, look, you guys, what do you believe in this stuff? It's all rubbish, what do you believe? And we were just very kind to him. We kept accepting him into the group, but he didn't really act very well, but we just were kind to him back. What was amazing was a few years later, Guy came in with a note. He said, I've got a note for you. It's from Robert. And in that note, Robert said, give this to Jim. And his note was, and it was after he died, before he died, and it said, I, Robert, have chosen to follow Jesus. So you never know. So act like a dove. Act like a dove.
Wow.
So congratulations to everyone here who acted like a dove to Robert, for those who remember him. And the other thing is, the last thing that he said was that he told them, don't worry about what you say. It will be the Spirit of the Father speaking through you. And that reminded me of, do you remember the family that had the children that were killed by a drunken driver?
Yeah.
What was amazing about that story was the mother, her name was Layla Abdullah.
That's right. Yeah.
And what she said was that she was praying, and then the press came along and they said, can you come and say something? And she said, what do I say? And they said, well, whatever you want to say. And then she went on to say that I forgive the children. And it was an amazing show of forgiveness for the driver. I forgive them for that.
Yeah.
But she later on said that wasn't me. That I was filled by the Holy Spirit. So it's a reminder that the Holy Spirit is alive and well, and it does engage with us if we allow it to. So, great witness by Leela around forgiveness and the Holy Spirit. So in summary, God is not a distant being. He wants to be in relationship with us. He wants to be the person, sitting in court with us if we were in court. He started with his chosen Israelites. Many rejected his offer, so then he extended the offer to all of us. And he did that through sacrificing his son. And then Jesus built his church by developing a relationship with his 12 disciples, who are ordinary people like us. And if you want to see evidence of that, come and see The Chosen. It's very good. But the point around that was he trusted the disciples to tell others about him. And then in turn, that baton has now been passed on to us to tell others about him. And then we'll pass the baton on to others to pass the baton on to tell them about him. But it's really not about us. It's about pointing us all to him.
Jim.